Alright, we are in. Ladies and gents, hello. Hope you guys are having a good night. I know I sure am. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list of every Bon Iver song from his 3 released full-length studio albums, being From a Forever Ago, Bon Iver, and 22 A Million. Bon Iver is one of my favorite artists. I'd say maybe even my #1 favorite artist. And so I figured, why not go through his discography and pick out my favorite songs and my least favorite songs. So here I have a Google spreadsheet with my tier list and a list of all of the songs here. So I have them organized by the album. So here's Bon Iver, his second album. This one's going to be 22 A Million, which was the most recent. And then this one is From a Forever Ago, which was his first one that he ever did. So we're just going to go one album at a time, starting with Bon Iver. So let me explain really quick my tier system and how I'm going to be ranking here. So I'm ranking purely based on my opinion and how, if I like to listen to them or not. And also I'll be ranking by like any artistic merit that I find that it has. And that also is going to be my opinion, obviously. So S tier is going to be just like the best, my favorite songs of all time. Yeah, amazing songs that I would listen to on like a nearly daily basis. A tier is going to be really good songs that are just really solid songs that I would still listen to fairly often. I would just describe them as really good songs. B tier is going to be songs that are pretty good. I don't have any problem with them. They're just pretty all-around good songs. C tier is going to be when we're kind of hitting that mid-range. Songs that are not that good, they're just kind of there. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to listen to them, but I don't think I'd skip them if I ever ran into them in the queue. D tier are going to be like just bad songs, like songs I do not enjoy, I don't think are good. Songs that I would not really listen to. And then F tier is just like bad songs that I really don't like. So let's get it started. Starting from the top, we got Perth, the opening track on Bon Iver's self-titled album. First off, I'd just like to say that album is my favorite album of the 3, and possibly my favorite album of all time. So obviously the opening track, I like it a lot. But if we're just talking about the context of his discography and all of his songs, Perth for me is going to be, let's see, can I click it? There we go. Perth for me is going to be kind of a C tier song. It's not anything special and not anything to write home about. It's a good song. It's got some good pieces to it. I like how he kind of opens with this like kind of big this big song being Perth. And I like the drums, like the loud drums and the big guitars, and I think it's a good song, but I don't think it's anything I would go out of my way to listen to at all. Minnesota, Wisconsin, second track. First off, I would just like to say, while I'm here, that the transition between Perth and Minnesota is, I love it, and every time I hear it, I get the chills. It's so good. And Minnesota is one of my favorite tracks on the album, but it's not like an A or an S tier, so it's gonna be like a B tier for me. Like I would probably listen to it, and there are elements of the song that I really enjoy. I love just like the synths and kind of the space he creates with that song. So that's gonna definitely be like a solid B tier for me. One thing I forgot to mention too is that I'm not basing this at all on whether it's popular or not. I'm not deciding whether it's under or overrated. So for instance, Holocene is like his most popular song, and this doesn't affect my decision in any way. It's just I love Holocene. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. Just an amazing song, the way he does it. I think that's really the centerpiece of this album. I think that's really what's bringing everything together, and it's the reason why I started listening to Bon Iver. And I'm sure that's the case for most people. So yeah, that's definitely an S tier song in my opinion. Towers, not a good song in my opinion. It's not just not my jam. I guess, yeah, like I think this is one of the outliers on this album. He took it in kind of different direction. Not a fan. Again, that's my opinion. That's gonna be a D tier. Michikant, I did enjoy. I thought that was a good one. More recently, I think I've been more appreciating that, but I really enjoy this one. That's also going to be one of my favorite ones on this album, and that's definitely going to be an A tier. I'd for sure listen to that in the car, just driving or whatever. Hingham, Texas, is going to be also one of my favorite ones here. That's going to be more of a. That's going to be another A tier for me personally. I don't really want to dive. I have a lot of songs to get through, so I don't think I'm going to dive deep into every single song as I've been doing. Wash, another really good one, but I think that one's going to be more of a B tier for me too. Boom. B tier. Calgary. Oof. I freaking love Calgary. This was not one of my favorites when I first started listening to the album, but over the years I've really come to appreciate this one. This is definitely going to be an S tier for me, which might be a weird choice, but I freaking love that song. Lives in Ohio. I feel bad because it's just an interlude, but it's going to be an F tier. Can't listen to it. I mean, in the context of listening through the whole album, I'll listen to it obviously, but it's just an interlude, so it's not really listenable in my opinion. Best/Rest was one that caught my eye right off the bat listening to this album, and it holds up to this day. I still listen to it a lot. Got a great 80s vibe. Man, I love that, like, just the slinky saxophones and the smooth guitars and even just like the drums and the build up and everything about that song. I just can't go wrong. Alright, so there's Bon Iver for you. Holocene, Calgary, Beth/Rest, Michikant, Hingham, Texas, top 5 for sure. Great songs. Okay, so now we're getting into 22 A Million, which was a good one, a good album in my opinion. I think it obviously took his career in a different direction. Just being the kind of more abrasive electronic production, kind of just he used a lot of different strategies, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not strategies, but he used a lot of different techniques on this album, kind of changing up his sound, which I thought was interesting, but it wasn't, I don't know. I think I really enjoyed From a Forever Ago. I really enjoyed Bon Iver, and so this was kind of like, it took me back a little bit, but in the end, I think I do appreciate this album, and 22 Over Soon's a good track. I think it's not an A tier, but I would not put it in a C tier, so it's gonna be a B tier for me. That's gonna be a good solid B tier track for me. 10 Death Breast, not a fan. I don't know. I never really jammed with that one. That's gonna be like a D tier for me. Creeks, really good song. Very simple. Kind of almost like a Woods-esque song, similar to from his old Blood Bank EP. But yeah, really solid song. I think that there's a certain like level of quality that it has to have, or level of me liking it to get into an A tier, that I just don't think it has. So it's gonna be a B tier, but it's gonna be like a high B tier for sure. Like if we were doing pluses minuses, this would be a B plus for sure. 33 God. Instant classic on this album. That's going to be an A tier for me. I listen to that one often. Love it. Same thing with this one, I think. Almost the exact same story. Like, another defining song on this album. And I'm a fan of this song. Like, I will listen to it all the time. Really good one. 666. I have a love-hate relationship with this song. When I listened to the album first time, wasn't really a fan. But again, like the more I listen to it, it's kind of coming at me from like a, it's kind of like growing on me, and it's like kind of quietly growing on me too. It's not like kind of in my face, like, hey, like you need to like me. It's more just like a, kind of slipping into my mind every now and then. That's definitely going to be like a B tier song for me. Moonwater, Not a fan too. That's kind of in the D tier for sure. 8 Circle, also a great freaking song. But I think between that one and 45, I think that those two are very close. I think 8 Circle is going to be a B tier, and then 45 is going to be like a low A tier, but it's definitely going to be an A tier there, so I'm just going to pop that right there. Million, good song. It has also been growing on me, but I don't think it's not a B tier for me. It's going to be more like a C tier. Alright. I'm going to take a break and come back to you guys with part 2. Hope you guys are doing great. Enjoy, and I'll be back with part 2. Thank you guys.